a musician than in this country. We should die first before you show us concern. I understand. Rest in peace, Quincy B and all the other soldiers. Letting too plenty, you see the chance for me to talk. Musician, you can't even talk. The politics, I should be the one that to polish it. The bigger mixtape, why we using 3 currencies? The people suffer from hunger, only thought you can offer. Representative, they were in power, they do the best. They come in again, leading the people left the mess. I got problems with LIBTV station, promoting foreign things, forgetting their own production. You need to stop it. JFK, the West case, that death case. I should stop it for now, but I still got more to say.
Plenty things to talk about here today. Oh God. We got plenty things to talk about here today. Hey God. We don't need a God first before you come to help us. Oh yeah. We don't need a God first before you come to our rescue. Yeah. See, it's all in a gang, no time for us, my people. Hey, I see the way I'll be suffering. Yeah, yeah. See the tough time we going through. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes my parents sleep out, what I choose to do music. Yes, it's my dream, so I can never leave it. Believe it. We got plenty things to talk about here today. I talk about me. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got boku things to talk about here today.
Go along. You take it from Peter to Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for a long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Make you heavy. It's just like a volcano, a way to capsize. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go along. You might be can eat it, or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver, kiss our liver, oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go along. From Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me right today, oh, mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, fine, oh, by your fine, when in your fever. Well, people do to you, you have to cry. After not for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. After is a lesson, yeah, rather this I had. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Good our liver. Our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a fish shall eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich are poor. When a can pray for long fellow, he can pray for long life. As long as they living, the fellow will grow. You check it from every today, oh, Peter, go check it from
Another vibe.
That a bass head,
And let's talk about it.
Hey, it's Young Masu exclusive.
Hey. We got plenty things to talk about here today. We got plenty things to talk about here today. I go.
I not see plenty things with my eyeball. I swear I feeling passing more pressure. If you let cause me for not to judgment day, can put so on my skin. I know when you ain't no fool is a big disgrace. My king just a heavy for my one, let him to you when I hate too. So to my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my low, if you tired, put it down. Sitting there, they just want me to do and worry. But my blessing bring un se capeo. I say my blessing para sole. I don't go, I don't go with morale. Blessing rising, let us say I go out. Shouldn't run into just say I know how. Let us say I know how. You told my Lord that you will get open more. You told my Lord that you will get open. I say you told my Lord that you will get open more. You told my Lord that you will get open. If you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. To my Lord, if you tired, put it down. Down what I saw. Down what I saw.
Manchester tonight.
Jimmy,
Tonight we have to discuss issues here tonight. It's all your life. Limpa,
you can see me clear?
Limpa, you're muted. Mr. Dollar, you're live. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Dole?
Yeah?
You are live.
Good. I'm on my light. My light is okay.
Mr. Dole, we will continue. You're fine. Just sit. Limpo, you are muted, please. Limpo, we're just doing some medical checkup. Limpo, are you okay? We can't hear you, Limpo. You are
Am I
live.
still
Limpo, you're
muted?
live. Yeah, you're okay.
Okay. Let's say a beautiful welcome to all of our viewers on this Tuesday evening. It's been a while since we were around. It's been up and down, some people down with the weather and the rest of it. But we want to say we are happy to be back here this day. And today is the 28th of November,
No.
October. Make it October 2028. And soon we'll be getting into November. So meaning that we got about exactly 8 weeks to go and the year will be ending. We got 8 weeks to go and the year will be ending. So let me welcome Mr. Jima Kamara and Mr. Maurice Dolly on the show tonight. It's been a while since we were here. How you guys been faring?
Yeah.
Basically, for me, I've been missing you guys. To be honest, I've been contemplating to know what is going on with you guys, more especially the newly elected. The newly elected member of the ANCs on the populist affair areas. So I will be very eager to see him coming on a bottom line today to tell one or two things from their end.
Right. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
I think I have some echo, Linford. Do you follow?
No, I hear you well. I hear you.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Linford. Thank you, guys. Welcome to the ball. I've been away for technical issues and other personal issue commitment. I want to say thank you for joining us. We want you to please share the show. We are here. We're always here to stay. This is the Border Liberia. We're going to be alive throughout the year. We're going to be here for a long, long time. We're going to go away. Linford is good here. A little bit wet in Manchester. That's the northwest of UK. We're doing it well. We're taking it easy here. Football season is always on. That's one thing about here. When you talk about Manchester, you have to talk about football. Then you talk about life. So welcome back again. Good to see you guys back on the platform.
Yeah, welcome to. And you talk about the weather. We've been having rainfall, and the weather has actually changed the whole week that just ended. We didn't see the sun, and it was, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, the sun smiled for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and everybody was kind of happy, But luckily for us, we are not having the storm that we had 4 weeks ago. We are now also having the usual flash floods, So that's good. Now we are expecting the snow. In fact, it was snow here. It was some snow here about a week ago. No, not even a week ago. The week that just ended. I woke up in the morning and we had to start cleaning snow. But it's going back, So that's the introduction. Always happens. It'll come and then go, come and go until in December. Then the real one will come.
No, Linford, we also. Yeah, go on, Linford. When I talk about something, I know you're discussing it. I'm so a little bit excited to talk about some Liberian men said, "Day body wake up." When Manchester United beat Liverpool in Anfield. That's happened in 10 years. 10 years time, Liverpool being beaten by Man United. Me too. Oh, that was something Liberian men said, "Day body wake up."
I think on the average, Liverpool has been doing well, and I've been very disappointed with Man U. I'm not a Man U fan, but I think I've been disappointed with Man U for some time. Even though I'm not a fan, but the way they've been performing. When Sir Alex Ferguson was coaching Man U, was the manager of Man U, that was when I used to sit down on the television to see Man U, but not. But nowadays they brought our own. They pick him from their social. They carry him there. The man couldn't win. He couldn't even win tomato cup for his home side right here next to me, which is about 3 hours.
Somebody talked to me last weekend. We were having a chat. He said the bigger mistake Man United. I mean, I'm sorry, you may not be interested in football. I want to bore you with football news, but when we talk about UK, more especially Manchester, you got to speak a little bit about football. So it's kind of religion here. We do apologize if we make you bored, but these are football story or stuff. But look, Linford, I was speaking with a guy over the weekend. He said the biggest mistake Man United management did was when Ferguson left. You know, the man who took over was recommended by Ferguson should be given a time, you know, to manage the team up to the time before they can build up. You need a time to build up the team. And they were not patient with him and they sacked him. So since then, Man U performance has been nosediving. And until they've been changing managers to see if they can pick up. And the biggest victory in their years, for 10 years, to beat Liverpool at Liverpool own ground. In 10 years, that's something that I think that kind of hope is hopeful for them. They want to keep that going on too. That's what they're going to do at the end of the season.
Yes, you know, the game plays by minute or seconds for 10 years, and you cannot win another team.
Yeah, on their own ground. That was an Anfield. They beat them on their own ground. This is Liverpool. Liverpool is not a small club. You know, when you talk about biggest club, teams, Premier League teams in UK. You talk about Liverpool. You talk about United. You talk about Chelsea. You talk about other cities in like Arsenal as well, many other teams. But United beating Liverpool is a big news.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of surprising things happened. The Clasico. You saw what happened?
Anyway, I don't want to go far. I don't want to talk about United game. Let's go on with the ministry tonight. We're fun time to discuss football here. We'll talk about Barcelona. We'll talk about other teams in Europe as well. Probably in the next edition. Let's see what happened. Let's continue. I think Mr. Dollar have no interest in football. Mr. Dollar, what's your team?
Mr. Dollar needs to play. I know what he's to play.
He used to play Tabata or Tabela. How do you call it? He's not playing. He's a rolling. Leave for take on through.
Yeah, so guys, if you join us for the first time tonight, we just want to share fun a little bit, but we'll be going to real serious discussions. Tonight on our plates are full, not even plate, but plates are full tonight. We'll be discussing news from the local front. Our man from the foreign desk is not too well. I mean, he's not sick, but he's down with the weather, you know, because it would say the man not go up. A lot of people think he's sick. But Paul is down. He lost his voice because of the cold. And so he cannot come on the show. So, but he's in the background. So we're not going to have much of foreign news tonight, but we'll have something connected to foreign news, which is not, you know, because it's connected to Africa, to Liberia, and also to the foreign land. So we'll bring that in place of our foreign news. And we also have one major news that will be taking place, and this has to do with tradition and culture in Liberia. The president submitted a bill to the legislature to criminalize what we call the Sunday society in Liberia, or local traditional practice. So we'll be looking at that, whether it has any effect on the economy, on the culture and tradition of our country. And so those are a few of the things we'll be looking at. So we ask that you sit still, connect to us, invite your friend, share the show, and let's have some fun discussion. Jima?
Sorry about that. We want to go on to what my colleague just said. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the major news line or the one main news in Liberia? First with the president speaking about the putting an end to traditional practices that are harmful to health, harmful. This is what you want to start from.
Yeah, we can start from there. I read a story. It was in the front page Africa and of course on social media that the president has submitted a bill to the legislature to criminalize or to make it criminal for anybody to practice what we simply call the Sunday bush or the Sunday society in Liberia, or what the civilized people will call female genital mutilation, FGM. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and I think this is tradition, and no matter what people may think about it, no matter how people will feel about it, but it's tradition. So my question is, if this tradition will be criminalized, that is, they make a law, the legislature accept this bill and pass it and make it criminal that nobody can practice it, will it affect our traditional practices in Liberia? Because remember that we have a government, and in our government we have a ministry, whole ministry allocated to information, culture and tourism. So if every country has culture, every country got something that they practice. So if we are going to criminalize our own practice, one of our practices, is it going to affect our culture and our tradition? So I just want to throw that question to all of us here, and we can give our input. And I have personally addressed that on my private podcast, and the way I address it, I will not address it here on the show, because there I was very bold and I was very raw and I was very, very straight to the point. I didn't bite anything. I addressed it the way I decided to address it. But I just want to get our views there. So we start with Padori, he being the elderly man in the house.
I think let me stop before he gives. I gave you the room to analyze it. I want to tell you something, Linfo. You see, the thing is about being I was once a health practitioner, and before I went to a business, I went to finance. Lympho, it has a negative health consequences, but that does not mean that the whole thing can be entirely stopped. What I think they need to be well sorted in a way that they have to understand the negative health impacts they're bringing into. That's another thing. But apart from the FGM, the female mutilation or female genital mutilation, apart from that, as you call it, the Western call it, it's a total cultural traditions where in those societies, our young women are taught how to behave home, how to look after the husband, how to behave at a certain age in their life. After it passes the age of puberty, when you reach the marriage, there are a lot of things involved in traditionally being practiced. It's not about the medical side of it. I think these need to be well arranged or sorted before it's being put into law. I do agree that the health side of it, health consequences should be looked into where it will cost most of our some kind of help. It has, once we have noticed that, according to some report, which I don't have, it's not handy right now, the FGM has the health implications have caused many death among our young sisters and our women. So that can be looked into. But it has this cultural thing. The science society has a good side, Linfo. You know that, I know that. I'm not a person I'm not from the background who practice science society. But we are know from living in a community where we are intertwined. We also understand that it has a good side. What is the good side? The good side is our sisters and are brought up, even the men in the society, where the men out of our African, the tribes in Liberia, the men go to society as well. They are taught things to develop as a grown-up man. When you become a man, what you are taught home, how to become a behavior like a man, taking responsibility, what role you play as a man. I think women are taught, girls are taught in the societies, not only the FGM. If they look into the health side of it, which will eradicate the health implication, and also it will deprive them of some other things, sexual excitement, whatever they call it. Well, that I will agree with, but it should not be totally eliminated. That will be my point on this point, Linfo.
Okay, Padore, you want to address it, because I will still come back to give my view on it. So you want to address it? The question is, will it affect our traditional practices or the culture of Liberia as a whole?
Let me just speak my mind, my independent mind on the issue here. You see, African as a whole, we all have different traditional practice. From my understanding in this thing here, I don't think it should be a law to ban this thing here. For matter of fact, he will look at it impinging the right of certain group of ignorance in our society, because not everybody do this thing here. I think it could be this way from the government to put some announcement out that people should not be forced to do it. Those that are not willing to go for the Sunday book should not be forced by their parents to do it. But people can be allowed to do it if you're willing to do it. Then you have become flexible to everybody. But if you put a straight jacket on this thing here, banning it completely, the Bassa people don't do it, They go to Sunny Bush, but the way the Lomon, the Pele, the Medingo do it, the Bassa people don't do it that way. The Grove people, as you hope, they don't even go to Sunny Bush. They got a different culture. They can practice like Crew people as well. So the people that can go to this Sunny Bush is the Bassa, Pele, Medingo, Loma, and few Gisis and Bandi. So why are you trying to ban it completely? Look, make it open to everybody. If you want to do it, fair enough, but don't force any of your child to go into it. When we realize that you force someone to go into Senate Bush, you can be charged for abusing the rights of a human being. I think that should be the basis argument on this particular issue. So the men then go to society too as well. They go to the society. They teach them how to behave. They teach them how to be unified and teach them in that society books. Now only the women alone go there. The women then go there. That have something to do with the medical or something. If I don't want to go too deep into the reason why they created this thing then. You will also graphics, but I don't want to go too deep. Both men and women, I know the reason why these society books were created in the northern part. I mean, not the northern part. Yeah, in the northern part of Liberia, like Lofa County, say Bon County, say so forth and so on. The Medingo, those group there. The reason why these Senate books came about, there's a major reason. Sometimes there was sun sickness that people used to have way back, where the Western were not available to kill this thing there. They used to take the men there into this place there and do that traditional chap on their body, so the sickness will go away. That brought this something, but I don't want to go too deep into it. So, but what I'm telling you, my view in this thing here, let government do it this way. If I was part of the lawmaker, I could argue on this, on the basis of this. Give everybody to practice their will.
Okay, I think I can give my view on it. Number one, let me give a disclaimer from my own side. I do not stand against it, and I do not support it. If we have over 5 million people in Liberia, if the entire population says, well, we want to abandon it, great, I will flow with them. And they say, we want to keep it, but those that want to be a member can go, then I agree with it. I myself am part of it. I joined the Polo Bush willingly. Nobody forced me. My family did not force me. I got brothers who are not members, and I got other brothers who are members, and it's willing. Okay? So that I take a neutral stand. If the entire country say we ban it, fine, we can ban it. But like Padoli said, we can keep it. Those who are willing to join, they can join. You see, and all this thing is not coming from just Liberia. It got some, Western effect. The Westerners are telling us that this thing got medical effect. Yeah, we agree, it got medical effect. But we were born in this thing here. Okay? Our great, before the white man came, from the time of creation, Liberians have been practicing this thing. Certain tribes have been practicing this thing, and all the people did not die. Okay, even if some people die, but all of them did not die. But the white man came and said, well, the civil people came and said, well, it's evil, it's bad. And this is how slavery even started. Because when the people came, they will tell you, they saw you doing certain things that you've been doing for your lifetime. Then they tell you, no, it's not good. Don't worship. Why you go and worship somebody or some tree? But the same people will give one man picture and tell you, say, worship the man. Now, I get disappointed, and the hypocrisy of it is that a lot of people who are talking against this thing, especially women, and this is why I said I will not go into the way I feel about it and the way I made my own podcast yesterday. I will not go into that because it will be graphic. Here we have some women who are not members of this thing, but they will pretend that they know all the bad things about it. But these same women, if you look at them, who the hire is PS, the Tom PS, the neighbor PS, and going down there, everything PS. That one is good. They don't talk because that women practice. But the thing you're not member of, then you condemn it, you say it bad, but then you piercing your tongue. And who brother piercing tongue? That women. Okay? Every country in the world, you see the Sudanese, they got mad at faces, Nigerian, they mad at faces, Ghanaian, everybody got tradition. But we, because of financial gain, we want to ababa the West, and anything they say, we do it. They say, yeah, we agree. But the same Western people who say dating is bad, that they the one can turn man to woman. They turn around, they turn woman to man. Yeah? They can leave a woman pregnant, they get a woman injection, or the baby die in the stomach. All these things, it's not good to talk all these things, but there is a tradition that we have to keep. Okay, so we got Minister of Information, Culture, and Tourism. What cultural thing will we be posting of if we can get rid of all of our tradition? What do we have? Every country has culture. The women, they got amazing, they get amazing, the Masonic Society, they got a UBS, they got all these things. But they say that ours is bad. So, I think the government will have to think. They should make a referendum. And since I don't know, but from where I come, okay, I have not seen they jump behind people and start running behind any bush, say you can't go jump or run behind any town. No, it never happened. Everybody, all the young boys in the town, they join the willingly because they know that they see their friends going or they have seen other people going and they can't. And it's a pride that you can be a part of it, okay, for them. The same thing with the women, okay. So when the government says that they want to criminalize it, make it crime, then I even get concerned because this very president who is writing this bill, submitting this bill, the place he comes from, this thing is widely practiced there. Even if you look at his own wife name, Yata, that's a name. Okay, so when did he get to know that this thing is criminal? I mean, like I said, I'm not backing it, I'm not talking in favor of it. But my thing here is that we must have culture. And so if we get rid of all of our culture, what do we have? The white people, the Westerners who come in with this idea, they get our own culture. They can turn man to woman. They can make man marry man, woman marry woman. It's good for them. Okay, and that's something that we cannot do. But I will let it be. I think I've said enough. I will let it be.
Linford,
own podcast, I know how to address it. So let me spend the bottom line and our viewers, and let it with me as that. So if any of you got anything to say about it, you can come on.
Yeah, Linford, let's get this straight here. I think we don't understand the argument, the FGM argument. Probably most of all will take with it's kind of it become emotional and it's contentious debate. It's a debate between, how do you say that, cultural preservation and political reforms, where people say we want to be politically correct, we want to make things happen, we want democratic right for women to decide if we want to go into the science society or not. I just told you, apart from the FGM, what is the mutilation part? Let me explain something to you why I think they need to be clear. The government is coming up with a 6-month educational campaign before they put it into laws. I think the president is very aware that before we speak generally about the issue, we need to be very, very careful and distinct in making statement on this issue. The report recently, there was a statistic that came out, said 44,320 deaths so far a year from FGM. Where that comes from is complication, medical complication. Now, this is what we are saying. That need to be sorted. They are not saying that you ban the poorer society or the Sunday society. The FGM, the part of it, that part is causing death among our women. This is what I think the government is looking at. Let's be clear with that. We're not generalizing everything.
Okay, but let me ask question. How do they determine that those deaths were caused by the mutilation? Because
I'll explain to you. I told you I'll explain to you.
Okay.
When the women that perform these practices in various communities, when women that on these are young sisters, when they're taken to the various health centers, so you will know as a medical practitioner, you will know that somebody tampered with the private parts, and there will you know that there will issue. It's not about the teaching of society in there. It's about the mutilation. The word mutilation is cutting. That's what I'm talking about. F is a female cutting female, whatever it is. So that has caused most death complications because let me tell you what happened. Whatever equipment or tool they are using is not sterilized. So what we are saying that you need to refine or make it in a way that will be, if you have to practice it, medical practitioners got to get involved. If they have to practice it, we have to keep our laws, our traditions, medical practitioners got involved. These equipment or tools used for these practices must be they should be sterilized so they can carry on the practice.
Yeah, before you go further, let me ask the first question here, please.
Go on.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Go on. Muted. I'm not muted. Go on. I'm hearing you.
Right. What I want to really get here is when did the government realize that this is happening?
This has been going on. This has been going on for years. It's not just new thing. I'm all got to understand
you because you might have some knowledge.
No, we all know it's an open secret, Mr. Dollar. It's an open secret. This has been going on. The death. What is happening is that most of our sisters will travel abroad, reporting that they were involved. They're seeking asylum. We will also let you know that most of our people are seeking asylum. Young sisters of FGM. They've been chased for FGM. They ran the country. They came to seek asylum on the ground that they were forced to into FGM. And they're saying that because they didn't like it, and it's their own right to decide if they want to go into it or not. So these Western countries are granting political asylum to most of our sisters on this ground. And also, if you do examination, whatever it is, if you do examination, most of the medical practitioners have realized that these areas have been tampered with. It has caused complications. Most women cannot give birth anymore because of the complication from our zoos that are not being trained how to do the thing properly. If they are trained to do it properly, it will go on. It will not cause complications. We are talking about medical complications. That's causing death, birth issues, and also death. So when we're talking about the female genital mutilation, we should be very specific, distinct what we're talking about. It's not about stopping the sandy or the porous society. It's about what is causing death and medical complication among our systems.
Yeah, okay, but Jima, then I get confused when you say it's not about stopping the sun, because that
the word is, look at the word FGM. It's not stopping the sunny or the porous society. The porous society, the sunny society is not one about FGM. There are more to it than that. Let's be clear with this. Let's be very clear with it. The sunny or the porous society is not one about FGM, gentlemen. It's about, they are talking on the health side of it. For the 4,320 deaths every year for FGM. So that's not about the society. They're not saying we are stopping your society. So we need to look at this. If we wanted it to continue, which we don't want, it becomes a contentious argument. If we want this to continue, we need to train our zoos, our people that practice this thing to do it medically, so it will be done properly. That's the point. So we stop the complications.
Yeah,
okay,
the
argument is fair. The argument about the medical side is fair.
That's what the government is concerned about. It's not concerned about the porous society. We have our society. No Western government will tell us to stop our sandy or porous society. You can't stop that. It continue. You just know, like Linfo, that the way the men go into circumcision. That's just, nobody stop that. It's your choice to do or not.
But don't you know it's a cutting? Don't you know it's a cutting?
Nobody's stopping that. It's your right. But it's not causing death. It's not causing more complications. That's been done properly. That's what we're saying here. If you compare that to the FGM carry the highest rates of death compared to the circumcision.
That's just an argument. That's just the argument from the West to see if they can, erase.
They are saying the FGM. They are not saying to stop your poro or your sandy society. They are not saying that.
What is the sandy society? The sandy society is a mutilation.
It could be the key part of it. But the problem, can it be modernized? Can the people that are practicing doing these practices, we can argue that we want to maintain our society. If you want to maintain our society, we can also make it.
What the government should be pushing, is to make sure that medical practitioners who are members of these societies be the ones.
There's no medical practitioner involved in it. It's our sister, our older women, our mothers and grandmas are performing these things as those, as we call them. So what we need to do, the Ministry of Health need to get involved. It has to be a system. It's the
Ministry of Health cannot get involved when the people.
No, listen now. You're asking me what do you want to do? I'm telling you the best way to make it. If you want to maintain this our FGM, they need to, the material they are using to perform these activities are now sterilized.
That's exactly what I was trying to say, Jima. I'm saying that ladies who are members of these societies, especially the science society, should be who are members, who are medical practitioners, should be the ones to practice.
If we want to maintain this, the practice, right?
Yeah, if we want to maintain it. But what is the reason why we want to get rid of it anyway? Because if we take in death to be the main cause for which we want to eradicate it, then let's look at the Western thing. The Western men, they will allow men to sleep with men. That causes a lot of death. Okay, HIV.
Yeah.
You don't have a strong argument. Let's go back to what we're doing now. That's not strong. HIV does not even go to homosexual. It goes to everybody. It gets transmitted to most people. You're not only homosexual. So don't argue. That's not an argument here. Look, gentlemen, don't confuse this argument. The argument here is this. The government. Listen, Mr. Dollar. The government is saying, I think I'm not a government spokesperson, but also being a medical practitioner, I practiced medicine paramedical family for years before I went to business school. But what we noticed, I saw a lot of complications from these practices when I was in Liberia. A lot of complications. Any other medical practitioner can attest to this. A lot of complications. How do we stop this? Like you said, Linford, those women that should be doing, if we want to continue the practice, for the group, it's a practice that is beneficial to the women. If it is beneficial to them, if we have to do it, it's beneficial to them. They need to carry on to something. Is this thing you're doing, is it beneficial to you? Yes, it is beneficial. Let's continue it. What do we do? Because it's going to the House of Legislature to decide. They are not just passing a law. He put a bill up front. What do we need to do to keep this thing going on? What we need to do is that the health side of it, we want to maintain this practice, but we need to make it more hygienic, so it will not cause complications. It will not stop our women from they'll destroy their birth issues. They also will not cause medical complications. If those things can be put in place, then it's fine. If you want to stop because it does not have any good side of it, why we want to stop it? It doesn't get any benefit. Let's stop it. Okay, some people saying that because the zoos are making money out of it, they want to keep maintaining it because you're stopping their revenue, a source of revenue. So people once they will fight for you not to stop it. But I'll just say earlier on that this Sandy Opera Society has a good side, gentlemen. It has a very good side. Apart from the female part of it, you are being taught to grow up as an adult. I've not been in the Sandy Society, not the Opera Society, but I know these are the things they've been told. You are brought up as a gentleman, as a grown-up woman, if you pass the age of puberty, how to behave in the home, how to take on responsibilities. Those are good things as an African tradition or culture. But what has to do with the medical side of it that is causing complication for the 4,320 people according to the report. Deaths among our women, young girls and our sisters. It's alarming. We need to see how we can correct that thing, gentlemen.
See, this is look at statistics. How do somebody simply because somebody went to that place?
No, you go to the clinic, you go to the hospital. Just when you go to these complications happening. Like let's agree that a woman is giving a birth, or you go to the hospital, or something happened, you take into the clinic. Their medical report, the general reports. Where people gather report, it's not on top of their head.
Okay,
the team report.
A lot of people who are not members of this thing.
But this one that is reported, that's what we're talking about. That's how people generate statistics. You know what the statistics come from? You go to these things, complications happen, you run to the nearby hospital, clinics.
We're not discussing, but nobody can confirm. Okay, because they got
people can confirm.
Who are not going to this thing. They got women who are not going to this thing. They got both. They got complications.
We are saying there are some. The majority, we are not saying it happens compared to the circumcision.
When they come out, we're looking at huge figures. 4,000.
No, but I'm talking about the nation. It's not only Liberia. I'm talking about it's a general report. No, but we need to be very clear because we are here, Mr. Dollar. We should be able to make this thing information clear to people. It's desperate being our society. We need to make this thing clear. If we are not informed about issue, we should not be making statement on it. On the issue of the FGM, it had a medical complication. What I just gave you is not only Liberian, it's not statistical, like it's a general, it's a nationwide, it's a global information I'm just giving you. Those countries that are practicing it. That if you don't
so let me ask you a question now, because we're dealing with statistics now. Okay, so what is the statistic for the number of people that practice it every year all over Africa as compared to the death that they've given? What is the statistic?
High. How compared to what the death?
Say
it's high. It's high compared to the 44,000. It's high. Those who survive it, there are more.
So
what's your question?
Okay, yeah. So it's like you say, okay, a lot of people who are piercing, they are everywhere.
Oh, just we talk about death here. Come on. Maybe if 1,000 person die worldwide, we need to find a way how to prevent this. This is the point. Maybe 1,000 deaths.
Can I say something?
Go on. Mm-hmm.
I think the president has put the thing forward to the lawmaker in our country, so the lawmakers will know the benefits of it or the consequences of it or passing the law. So we will leave it to them. If they pass the law, the bear any consequences, they law for it. Because
I agree. Mr. Dobo, you should also understand you're a Liberian. You got a right to say something about it. And your view needs to be understood. And also, you should also understand that the Ministry of Internal Affairs, which works with the superintendent traditional people, they also you have to make a view whether they agree or not. You can't wait until they agree, because what they are saying, that before they pass into law, they will carry on an educational campaign. We need to be clear with this. We need to be very clear. You are a traditional man, I'm a traditional person. We are all in our 50s. And we also understand nobody wants to stop us from practicing our tradition. I won't support that. But what has to do with the medical side complications, the death, even if it's 1,500 deaths, it needs to be prevented. If the people can prevent, I want that. But that does not cause stopping the practice of our tradition. Nobody starts saying that stop the Sunday or the Poor Society. Nobody's saying that. I don't think the government is saying that.
But so if the president will propose a bill to criminalize it, so then
criminalize what? Criminalize what? FGM is a portion of this Poor Society, right? It's a portion.
No, it's not Poor. It's Sunday.
Sorry, Sunday Society. Yeah. Sorry, my apologies. It's just a portion of it. It's not the whole thing.
Not be in there.
No, but that's what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you that women are taught. If you go and read more about it, there'll be a lot of debates going on. There have been studies been going on that our young sisters and our wives and our mothers have been taught how to become a wives from these societies. It's not only about the FGM. If they can modernize it, and if those want to do it to avoid medical complications, they can continue. But they want to stop it, but they're not listening. They are using those unsterilized materials on those ladies and causing more complications. That's the point, gentlemen. And causing death. That's the point.
All right, it's understood, my dear.
I hope you got. We should be able to explain it very clear to our people. Not like the white people want to stop our traditions. It's causing, and our sisters are coming here telling the white people, "Oh yeah, they're chasing me out of the country because they won't carry me to Sunday society, what kind of society." So they're using us as whatever report they give them. They also use it as part of their statistics.
Yeah, I do agree. But Jameer, I want you to know there was not beyond such a language to the Western world in order to get a stable state in the West.
Yeah, but then the white
there's no single person come to the West and say the actual truth to be king.
Yeah, but you know that I don't know about that.
To have a permanent status.
What are you saying? I don't know about that. You saying that here? I don't know about what I know of. With those information, they're putting that together and make that part of that statistical report as well.
That's what I'm saying.
So who are you blaming here now? Who are you blaming? You chase your own people for FGM. They leave their country to come. They tell the West people, "Oh, my people behind me to put me into society."
But the same people who are running away from FGM, and the same people who are going start piercing themselves all over the place.
The person not causing death compared to the
Who
death
told
of the
you?
FGM.
You know how many people get cancer from the rusted iron?
Compared to the no, nobody do Russian iron. Come on, where's that? That thing's been long years ago. People are all modern. All the tattoos, all the tattoo areas around here, they're all got certificate. You can't do that. I have issues. They know. There's health risk is very, very.
But this is where exactly what I said from the start. This is how slavery started, because they will come and make their own to look good to you, to us, and then we say yes. Oh, they're using clean iron to pierce my tongue, to pierce my everything.
You're not getting me. I just told you. If we want to maintain our culture, let's help to get our society. Let's make it the complication. What's the complication? Okay, we won't stop it. This is where the complication comes from. We're not using. Okay, you gave us sterilized material. We use it. We continue. We're not stopping you from doing it. We're not doing that. They will come to say they don't want us to stop our society. We want. This is not an argument. We should look deep into it before we make those comments. That's my point.
Yeah, but we say the same thing.
Okay.
They are saying that ours is not good. So if we want to maintain it, like you said, fine. But nobody should criminalize it.
Okay. Point. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
So we hope that we'll continue the discussion all the time, and most of the team we're talking, we hope authorities will listen and try to draw a line between to see, because actually no country can live without culture. Even the very well people in the Euro that I live, one of the culture that I know is the culture of violence. So they love violence. They will honor a man. Every city, every major city in Europe, all over Europe, you go, you will see one guy statue standing with long sword in your hair. Maybe him will be here in the other hand. If he called many people here, Alexander the Great, all the people that statue, they're all over the place. That's our culture, okay? But for us, our culture is not violent. So we and those traditional societies, they are schools by themselves. But when they brought the ABC, they let us to all, they say, oh no, forget about it. You can. So even like today, anywhere in Africa, once you know ABC, you can be the smartest person. When you know how to read and write, you're not nobody. You can't get a job. So you see, the people, they play around us, they did everything to erase everything that we ever have, and then to make us to adapt to their way. What we're speaking here, we're speaking their language. And the next thing they will do now is, this thing, it got on a line too. Okay? I run away from my country. I say, I'm running away from genital mutilation. I come to your country. Then you say, oh yeah, it's cool for you to pierce your everything. I pierce it. Yeah, it's cool. Okay? Now, then the next thing they'll do when they finish controlling everything, because the only way our government then Africa will get money is for us to allow our people to become homosexuals. And then we are doing democracy. And this is not democracy, because if you will come and tell us that what we do is not good, but you want us to do what you want to do, so that dictatorship, if we don't do it, you will not help us, because we're depending on you. And this is where Africa's problem lies, because we depend on the West. So they will dictate to you, they will tell you, do this. If you don't do this, you can't get this. Okay? When our president, Patole asked a very good question. When did our government or our president know that this was wrong? Okay?
This been going on for years.
It's been going on for years. So that's why the question is necessary to be asked. When did they know?
Past governments been going on for these things to fight it. If you go back and read a lot of stories been happening, campaigns, women, even our own women in the countries have been fighting to prevent these complications. Info, you're muted. So those things it's not new. Whatever the person is trying, it kind of reinforcing how to stop these complications for the death in early to minimize them. Info, we're not hearing you.
That's what necessitates the question. How long? Because they think been going on. Why all the people in Africa did not die?
It doesn't matter. Most people have been dying. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's appropriate right now. We talk about it. It's a time for it. Probably the time they spoke about it was not. They said now it's appropriate that we speak about it.
This is the time, because we trust me. We bring harmony. Where we can do it for ourselves. We're not begging anybody.
We should not do this in way emotional attachment. We should be honest about ourselves. We also need to understand. We need to not fact. It's not fact, because I just give some information. It's not fact. We need to also help our people. We need to understand that we are not saying that
who gave you those information. The people who are chatting the course are the ones giving you that information.
Who people?
Oh,
Before I told you, I just tell you here that I've been a medical practitioner. I've seen it physically. I've seen what is happening with my own eyes. I've been there and I've seen all the complications. I've not seen that somebody told me, and I've seen. It's a pitiful to see our sister going through these situations. And I said that I've been a living witness to this. So I'm not saying that I'm following white men or Western report. I just told you, if these practices need to be corrected, it will be in our interest to save lives. I just said that to you. Nobody's charting the course here. I've been practically involved in this situation. I went to medical school and I was part of the process. I saw people suffering many complications. If we can prevent the complications, it will be good for our people. It will prevent a lot of stuff. That's what I said. I did not say that Chomba Charter Course, I'm taking information from somewhere from US or Europe. So if you're making this statement on this platform, we should know that what we are saying, we got.
I am not saying you. I am not. I am saying generally.
No, but let's look at our situation in Liberia. Don't generalize it.
You just gave us a statistic.
I can give you Liberia statistics as well. What we have, we don't build statistics in Liberia in terms of mortality among our sisters as a result of FGM. It's there. You go to the Ministry of Health. It's there. It's there. It's there. It's there.
Yeah. Pandemic.
Let me just come in.
I think Francis is here. We want to get Francis the room to speak on the issue. We need to.
Francis will come in, but let me just say something here, please. The argument to like on this particular topics, I don't think it will come to an end because all have their side that we already take.
But we need to, Mr. Dollar, we need to be flexible and see reality. It's not about taking sides.
Please.
Sorry, okay, sorry.
Yeah. We all have already taken our side. We see the thing from our different perspective. So you look at it from the medical aspects of the issue. You see, according to your information as a former medical practitioner, you observe a lot of issues went on very wrongly based on this particular practice by our traditional people. So for that reason, you're not supporting it. That's my view now. You're not supporting it for it to continue.
But I did not say that. I did not say that. For your point of correction, I did not say that.
But what the basis of your argument on this?
I hope you guys listen to me very well.
I listen to you.
Can I repeat myself? Let me repeat myself. Mr. Dole, can I repeat myself? I said to you, because of the practice is causing a lot of complications. If we want to continue the practice, we need to get the medical people that part of the society to get it more to refine the system. So it will stop the medical complications. That's what I said. And the death that people are reporting.
That's your opinion on this thing.
No, that's not my opinion. That's the fact. That's what people want to do. It's not opinion. That's what everybody wants.
For me, I also agree.
That's what the government wants. That's what the government wants.
This
is what the government wants. It's not me. The government wants that. You are not arguing on facts. You are arguing that government trying to stop our society traditional practice, which I disagree. They are not stopping sandy or poor society. They are stopping the FGM, which is a portion of the society, which is causing complications and deaths. That's what I said. If we have to keep it, we have to refine it.
I told you the reason why these things became a practice in our society is very, very graphic, and someone will not be able to say a word on it in the public.
There's nothing new, Mr. Dollar. We know what happened there. We all know. I know there's nothing.
It's now something that will come up.
There's nothing new. Let's give Francis the chance to speak. I beg you. Francis has been speaking on the. Let's give Francis a chance to speak on this, Mr. Dollar.
Okay, let Francis come. Francis, come with your opinion.
Thank you, guys. I'm encountering some problems with internet connectivity, and as I switch from one place to another, I hope we can sustain the connection while I'm here. But look, we look at it from two very diverse perspectives on the FG, the Fiji mutilation right there. Yeah. Look, health-wise, it has caused a lot of problem for people, especially our women, our sisters, and then culturally, traditionally, uh, you know, that's something that people live by, and they have, we accepted it as a way of living over the period of time. I'll take an example like this: the first lady of Sierra Leone. She's one of the strong advocates of that practice in Africa, especially in, I mean, West Africa. I don't know if it's actually happening in East Africa or other parts of Africa, but I know it's predominantly practiced in West Africa, specifically the Mano River Basin, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, you know.
And
Africa,
also East Africa, Somalia as well, Sudan, they practice a lot.
Oh, okay,
Africa,
okay.
Africa as well.
All these Muslim-related countries, they practice a lot. Mhm.
Oh, really? I don't know
Yeah,
that.
they
I
do.
mean,
Yeah, they
Ghana,
do.
Ghana
They
also
do,
do
yeah.
it.
Go on, please.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, if we talk to traditionalists, they say that the Western culture is is tending to influence our own culture. Like, let's say examples that the Western world, the gay life, homosexual, men penetrating that, men doing, which is not acceptable in our side of where we come from. And then it's through politics and the West is trying to uh, say extinguish our culture. But yeah, there's a clash between science and tradition. You know, uh, I would say tonight is that uh, based on science, I think the practice should be looked at more rigorously. If the president feels that there's a need to ban it based on empirical studies on the side effects of women, then let him go about it. But traditionally, again, it's having an impact on tradition, taking some aspect of tradition because the Western pressure. Before I end quickly, let me just say this. I guess some of you guys know about it. This is a serious pressure from the West. The European Union, the Americans, they are all pressurized. This thing is tied on aid too, as well. We all know that. It's connected to aid. The European Union they have come up openly against this practice. So I don't know what kind of what woman what the practice on as she's going to complain to them. Yeah, super. Yeah, but generally, this is more political for me.
Yes,
Where I come from, my culture, Maryland, I don't think they do it in Maryland County. If I go, the Joe tribe don't do that. Yeah, so that's my point on it.
Yeah, you're right, Francis. And there is a political side of this thing. You see, but again, I'll try to say something before I'll interrupt it. If Liberia could stand on its own, Liberia is not going anywhere to bear for anything. Now, who can go to America and tell the American government that we don't want people becoming gay in this country. We don't want people piercing their tongues. They are everywhere and all these things. No, you can't do it because you can't make effect on them. But country like us, who are baking everywhere, it's very easy to lay down the grand rules and say, no, listen, we want to help you. But we have received people and complaint from your people, some of your people, that this is happening, and we feel that it's not good. We all agree that there may be health side of it. Okay. So the health side, instead of saying let's improve it, they say no, get rid of it totally. The moment you get rid of it, they say the first thing in all of Africa, if you look at the continent, we were on the continent, black people were on the continent. The people came and they said they discover the continent. They discover Victoria when Victoria have been there all the time. Then they name it Victoria. Then we accept it. All the street, everywhere in Africa you go, you see some kind of street with English name or French name. We are accepted. They left us on the continent living, then they divided it. They say they will call it a part of Liberia. They all start at Africa. So whether you used to have family across there, that other family lost, they are foreign, you are Liberian now. You see it? So all these things, many things have been happening to us, and it comes gradually. So they've done that to us, we accept it. So the next thing, the little society that holding us together, they will come and say, oh no, they want that good. Even though we know you get by yourself, but our people been doing it from day one, all the way, why all of them they didn't die before your king. But the political parties there, and they start to the finances that we receive from them. So we check out the power by it. But I will say, for me, like I said before, I'm not supporting it, I'm not against it, but let democracy reign. Let the people who want to go there and not see the type people and drag them in the street and say you can't go join the Power Society or the Science Society. I don't see that one. Okay. Where I come from is both are practiced. I'm a member of one. I never see. In fact, I come from the Zoe land. We do not force anybody. You go, all the young boys in the town, they know that their fathers and other people have been there before. In fact, everybody can be fighting to go. It's a challenge for all young boys. Okay, that's the only way you can prove your manhood. That because if you're not a member of this thing, your friend is standing, they talking by the time coming all of them, you know, you're not part of them, they play, they downplay you when you're talking your first night because you know you're not part of them. Okay, they just you know, you got so PhD holder, then you're some high school graduate, all the PhD boys sitting and talking, they speaking that BB Bo. You go there, they look down on you. So this is how this thing sounds to people who practice it. So they don't force anybody. It's willing. I mean, like I said, I come from the soul land, right? I got my brothers. I got two brothers who are not members because they decided not to go. Okay? So they think, let it make it free. People who want to go will go. People who want to go will not go.
All right, guys. Can we transition then?
Yeah, can we transition, please? Because the argument will not stop.
No, Mr. There's no argument. We are making our personal points here on the issue of the topic. We are not arguing.
I will not agree. The point of the matter is this: if somebody stepping on somebody's bike to go on top of the hill,
did you hear what Francis just
what
said?
the young man just said is political. So because relatively they didn't be existing for ages, for regular ages.
But you see, the thing what we fail to know,
going around begging for help, and
I
the
agree.
master that he go to for help, they say we notice that something is going on in your country. It's not correct, so you have to eradicate that. He said, "Okay, I will put it to the people to make sure that he be eradicated." That's how I see it to be. So, but however,
you see. It is also good.
But everybody got their opinion, Mr. Kamara.
Thank you very much. We will transition now.
Yes, we will transition. But from now on, you leave with the lawmaker then to take the decision. But the consequences, they must be standing by to face it. That's what I can say.
Now, we are not talking about, I agree. I mean, Francis made a clear point. I think I said the same thing. With cultural preservation and political reforms, those are the things people want. With pressure on you, and Linford just said it. Because we don't make our own bread, we have to go there begging for bread. We have to give up conditions. And also happening, sometimes you got the ugly side. When people were corrupt, we called the US government to sanction them. We call them to sanction them. Those who are like steal our money, don't travel, get them sanctioned. Don't travel to America, other places. Now we will ask them I've just been speaking about like my colleague Francis said, the health side, health issues is the one I'm concerned with. If it can be reformed, if the government can produce statistics and the depth of the complications causing for our women, let's refine a tradition. We are not stopping the tradition. It's our cultural norms you carry. That's my point. We're not making debate here. We're making our own personal comment on this. So, gentlemen, we move to the next. Let's transition next topic. The issue tonight, the main topic tonight, is about Liberia is giving temporary asylum or refugee status to somebody sent across from America. Paul Linford, I think, gentlemen, this is the story we have here tonight. There's I think most of us have read a story concerned about a Liberian received an El Salvadorian on temporary grounds This is the story, and it's one of the major stories we're going to be discussing tonight. It's been reported here in all the major newspapers. You can see it now on the newspapers. The story is here now. What is your understanding of this story? Why Liberia, from El Salvador all the way to Liberia, giving it temporary status? I don't understand that. Probably you guys should explain.
I don't know how true is it, but I saw a post from Samuel Jackson, this old man, this old politician. I saw a post from him yesterday. He said the guy refused to come to Liberia. He said Liberia was poor and the people were stupid. But I don't know whether Samuel Jackson was just joking or whatever. But let's forget. Let's forget about the fact whether he's coming to Liberia, whether he will agree to come or not. But let's look at the idea. Let's put into context or into perspective that a country like Liberia, of course, Liberia is a signatory to so many conventions. I think they signed to the International Refugees Statutory Convention. I don't know what is it called actually, but where countries can accept refugees from other places. So this guy is not coming as an asylum seeker. The guy has been deported. The greatest country in the entire world that got all the mechanisms that is supposed to be. Oh God, I'm sorry for the background noise.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
The greatest advanced country in the world has refused to keep this guy. And then they bring in the guy to a different continent. He's not even going to his continent. Like anywhere in South America. He's from Venezuela. Okay?
El Salvador.
Is he from Venezuela? No, El Salvador.
Yeah.
El Salvador, right? You compare the guy to Venezuela, Costa Rica, or any of those countries in South America, but they are bringing him way to West Africa. Then a country that is accepting this guy, this is a country that cannot even fight a simple drug that people are transporting in their own country, but then a man that the greatest country on earth has accused of being a gangster, okay, for which they don't want to keep him. Then you will go accept him. So I think a lot of people started jittering. Why Liberia? So I think this is where the question is coming from. So the question now is Liberia qualified, or should Liberia afford to handle this guy if he agrees to come?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm still saying the man who, according to Abrigo Garcias, you say he has, the story says that he lived in Maryland for years, but he has migrated to the U.S. illegally as a teenager. And he's had an American wife. And he will be deported. So why we should open the doors for? We don't even have food for our prisoners.
Look, guys, some of the decisions taken by this government is so repulsive, is so negligible, so to speak. How in the world a government, this guy, look, he was presented to the Ghanaians, Ghana rejected, and to some other countries, even some South American countries, Latin American countries rejected. So we are at the receiving end of the American largesse. America say America wants to tie our hands before they give us anything. So it's my understanding that this guy, his lawyers, have said that look, they were not going to allow him to come to Liberia. In fact, it's one of these ridiculous deportations that have been perpetrated by Donald Trump and Ice-T. They may, he's not a criminal, so to speak, but in fact, how would Liberia want a deportee? They alleged that he was criminal illegally, and he was a member of a gang. According to some sources in America. So how will you accept a man with a criminal background? I mean, even even giving millions of dollars. I mean, do you know the repercussions of having a criminal or gang leader in Africa, in Liberia? Liberia is so. We first of all have a society that's very poor, and they make that, and we're trying to fight against drugs. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't make any sense to any to me. I know who it makes sense to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, and
yes,
the
yeah.
American is just lying on this guy that he a drug, dealer and all kind of stuff. So
You
we
know,
don't know the truth.
hold on, small. You know, when I heard this thing, I made a post, and this thing, Alfonso Telega came to argue with me. I should explain why I call the guy an alleged criminal. I should explain the crime that he committed, and here myself had it back and forth. Here is again. But Alfonso, what you do understand is that I don't know where you live, which part of the world you live. Probably you living in one small bubble. America, every country in the world, when anything happens, they look up to America to be the greatest country, even though I don't do it. But you're very Liberia that you come from, when we had war, we knew that in our own senses, we can stop the war. We can say we're not fighting each other. But we were waiting for America, international community to come. This is a country that says they cannot accept this guy. Do you know, are you intelligent more than the intelligence services in America? In America, they got several intelligence services, okay? They got the CIA, the military, the police, the ICE, everything you can think about, okay? All secret services. The people are saying that this guy belongs to some kind of M13 or what group, okay? And they don't want this guy in America. So even if they don't want him, why can't he go to different country? But your country, Liberia, when somebody died, they kill your own citizen in the street. They by Lena, they can't find the person who did it. They look for all the people. Government money lost. They can't take anybody. They can't catch anybody. But still, you acting like this guy is so injured that people lie on. So and this that kind of mentality that people carry around. America, okay, let's consider that America is the greatest country on earth. If this great country say we don't want this man, who are you to go take him? You know what? If anything happens tomorrow, America will say, well, we refuse the man and you took him. Okay, so we talk about future safety. This is a country that somebody pick your pocket, the police man standing right there, they can't catch a man. And somebody that America is afraid of, you are the one to go take him. Well,
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, this is Mr. Doll. Let me speak on this.
Yeah.
Just to support what Francis just said. There's a Reuters news that says about this guy deportation. Francis just mentioned that. I'm just going through the paper. It says, this is guy Abrigo Calma Garcia also seeking to challenge and remove. In March earlier this year, he was deported to El Salvador. It became an issue. They sent him back, and now there's a countries in Africa that refuse this. That Liberia is the first country, according to the news, the Reuters news. Liberia is the first country in Africa to agree to accept Abrigo after administration unsuccessfully floated Uganda, Eswatini, and Ghana as option for potential second deportation. All these countries refuse. Liberia agreed to take him. I don't know what ground. So it has to do with whether the government. Yeah. So the thing is, like Francis just said, what are we getting into? We don't even have the means of taking and all whatever his crime is. Whether we don't even have the facility for this guy. We don't even have for our people. So what are you taking this guy into? If not South American countries are refusing to accept him, other African countries are that may even be better to take care of this guy, like Ghana and Uganda. We don't even have the means. Then you're taking this guy in, putting another economic burden on us, because this guy has to be giving pocket money. He has to be living a very in a modest place. You need to be looked after every month, and you keep on a security watch. And those are things because of his background. So what we're going to do, I don't know what kind of, like my brother said.
Let me ask one question for Chima before the next person come in. Okay, I don't. For me, when I heard this thing, I was just making some posts, but I'm still thinking: was there any arrangement between the government of Liberia and that of America for this guy to be? Because if they are deporting a guy, America will not be responsible for him because they are getting him out. So they can say they can say this guy is not seeking asylum. So if the guy was seeking asylum, that's a different issue. But they are deporting him. He's unwanted. They're getting rid of him. So if the guy comes to Liberia, is Liberia thinking about a repercussion with America? How will America look at us as a country that the person who do one, you are harboring a person? Are we thinking about that? You know? But
just to support Mr. Dollar, what the charges they're sending him back for? He was accused of involving criminal charges, accusing him of smuggling immigrants into America. That was his crime he was involved in. Like he was being paid to get people from El Salvador.
Human trafficking.
Human trafficking. Yeah, go on, Mr. Dollar.
You know what happened this year is.
Also, member of the M13 gang. Also as well.
I want everybody to look at this. You know, history is something that teaches people bad and good lessons. Quite recently, our presidents went to America to meet with the American president. The discussion they had there, basically to deport people into Liberia, which the American president, our Liberian president accepted the deportation. They say you can deport anybody you want to deport. Because that be the notion of him. He said it one time, I quote, to the Liberian people, he said, you're always bluffing this and that, Donald Trump is coming for you. And seeing Donald Trump man call him to the warehouse and sit with him, the only thing that Donald Trump could offer to our country is to ask the president to accept all the deportees. So I don't think this man is different from the deportation. So if the Liberian government can sign a contract with the American government in that notions to say, yeah, we will receive all the deportees, and they send it to him, he do. I don't see any reason why the Liberian government will refuse, because they have already signed an agreement that they can accept any deportee. But listen, let me tell you something. The kind of situation, the consequences of it is this. This gentleman is a high-class criminal, professional criminal. If he can do this, oh my God, okay. If he can be deported by an American, the high power, the superpower, America, based on his criminal activities, he said they can't able to control this man based on his criminal activity. Can we able to control such a human being, for God's sake? You know, at least we should look at our own security at times as a government. Government is not about just to be riding BB car. It's about how you can look after your people. So we need to know that for fact.
Oh, Sarah, I'm trying to share something. I'm trying to share something about the M13 gang that this guy belongs to. America would not accuse this guy. America is not that petty to be against this guy to accuse him. And if America, I'm not sure if I'm getting this thing straight, man. Let me see what is here. Okay.
Yeah, let me learn while you're going through this thing here.
Yeah, you can learn.
Yeah, as I was saying, as a government of a nation, we're supposed to always make sure that and protect the interests of our nation. The citizens of our countries need to be well protected, because it's our responsibilities as a government to look after our people. If you can bring a hard-crack criminal like this to say you're going to accept in the country for whatever reason you agree with Donald Trump, not like Donald Trump in America, to accept such a human being in our country, first of all, you're supposed to know what will be the consequences for our people. We are already struggling with the security. The national security of our country is very fragile. So I don't know. The government need to think twice about this. But luckily for all, let me tell you, let me come in. Now my last statement I'm gonna make. Luckily for us, luckily for Liberia, the man who they say they bring him, he said he don't want to come to Liberia. He said Liberia is not place for him to come and live. Because of that,
The
you will not.
man, no, the
But
man, the thing
because
why the
of
man
that,
why like
if it are Labro will not refuse to receive this man so long they finish make agreement with Donald Trump. That's what I can say in this matter.
Okay, so I will share a picture. Now, you see here, this picture is the gang that this guy is reportedly a part of. Okay,
Yeah.
it's called the M13 gang, and it's a string of different groups. Some of them are hijackers, some of them are killers, some of them are just hardcore criminals. And this guy was accused of human trafficking. I think in that story, Jima mentioned that. Okay, so for somebody to keep asking whether the guy was convicted of that, the first Charlie, I told you yesterday to go to the White House, go and ask the DHS, the Homeland Security, go and ask them why don't ask us. That's what we heard. And, okay, so if you say the guy is not a criminal, then why are they deporting him in the first place? So you should take your case off with, don't come to bottom line and ask us. So this is a group that this guy belongs to, and this is just one member of it. And if you go down and read about it, the group, they are very dangerous group. And I know America will not be petty enough to come after one little rat. Eh? The country is too big to go after one little rat that they can grab and put in jail. Yeah? But they want to get rid of him. And then we put our hand up and say, yes, we're going to take him. Okay, like I said before, drug coming into our country, we don't even know where the drugs are coming from. And the people who selling it right there in the town, we even know them. What is security will get? Suppose you bring a guy and the guy is connected and the guy can stay right there. Everybody got cell phone. That guy can make contact all over the place. We'll just be saying that one morning, the whole country is running, be happening. We don't know. We start running all over the place. Yeah? We sat down walking, people brought water, enter the city. We were saying that. So we do not have the capability to combat people like this. We came from war country. We try to build. Our economy is bad. Number one, we still struggling. The government structure is not good. Eh? No food for the people to eat. No medicine in the hospitals. People not getting money. So what's going on? What we want to prove by accepting a man that the whole great America refused to accept? What is he bringing to us? Right now, we're looking for development, we're looking for investment. So the kind of man that the man will take, like Francis said, we even get food to eat. We will bring another body. That man they say, I want to eat. And because if you granting somebody asylum, he's not even a asylum. He's not an asylee. So this guy is like, you're going to be extra burden. You say, okay, I want so amount. You got to pay me so amount every month. You'll be forced to do it. So I think that was a wrong decision. And like Francis said before, that was the government should start making the kind of decision because you're setting bad record. America will look at you differently. That somebody that we refuse, and you can take them. Somebody who is supposed to be our enemy, and you accept them, you're taking them.
For my colleague, this is not about America looking at Liberia from a different angle. It's America herself presenting these people to us, and we in turn receiving all the garbages, all the dirt from America because of some promise of some assistance. Look, this has a deep political undertone that we cannot, clearly see where the country is going in that direction. Because if America keep on this path, that road will go nowhere. And our leaders need to be firm and say, look, we cannot do this. Certain things we cannot take, as a matter of fact, we cannot accept. And to this brother who's just posting there, he's not more knowledgeable, he's not more resourceful anybody. Yeah, we all read. We all have some equipment in
This fellow
terms
could
of
be a member of the M13 too.
of discerning information. The internet is open. We all read. We all comprehend issues. Geopolitical issues on the highest level. I mean, got a lot of reports on this guy, very guy. In even the district court in DC, the Maryland area, where he's been actually, his lawyers have been taking the government to court on his deportation status. So no, I move on. But setting decision by the government, I mean, it makes you think. It makes you wonder why some of the decisions are made.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't know. Often I don't know the details of what transpired. How can you go end up taking criminal from somewhere, somebody that nobody want, and you go taking? What desperate? Why are you desperate for? The question again is, what is this guy bringing to us? What are we getting from this guy?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, but
Why?
what is what we probably blame for? Um, Francis just said it. The some political arrangement. We don't know what the government is benefiting from. But like you always said today, on the issue of the FGM thing, when we don't have our own say, eventually you take in a lot of stuff that your arm is twisted in a way that you don't want because you are the receiving end. So you've been promised a lot of stuff. You think, well, if I take this for the government and by the end of the day, I'll be on the good side in case I ask any favor, they'll be wanting to me to help me out. Unlike what happened in for UK when UK want to get rid of those got on documenters immigrant here in the UK. Rwanda was a point, and you know what condition Rwanda put up? You got to put up some massive building, some good residential area were built up, and good amount of money was given to the government to look after this guy for years. Eventually, that thing did not take off. So the government of Liberia, we don't know the benefit it's getting. Like you said, I mean, the guy lawyer is arguing that he can't go, the guy can't be sent to Liberia because he has no connection in Liberia, and first and foremost, he's going to be far from his wife and kids. So I don't think he's going to come, and he doesn't want to come as well. You remember the guy was saying March this year to El Salvador, he was forced to send him back because he was on a harsh condition. So the court ask the government to send the guy, bring the guy back to the US. The harsh condition the guy was going through, they were putting the guy in the maximum prison in El Salvador. So the government was forced to bring him back into USA. So no South American country is taking, no African country is receiving. Whole country like Liberia struggling to get on her own feet, open her arms, this young man. Or we'll take you, put you somewhere. We're saying to Grand Gita, or we're saying to Maryland to Fishtown.
Some couple of $1,000.
We're saying
to the whole people.
We were saying to Francis' hometown around Maryland area there, they got some places we'll put into to work. We'll keep you in the farm. So I mean, it's funny, but it's serious. That's how the situation is. So anyway, guys, if you like, we would like to transition to
let's move on.
Now we issue of I don't know what is the story here. Well, we talk about the story of this guy being Dubai. I mean, this is an old story, but sometimes it's something like we don't know the detail. I know most of I don't know the detail. It's probably some inside information saying that he was troubly related or is politically motivated. And this guy, with a record Dubai had, one of the most experienced, revered Liberians, young African scientists, lost his key job. It's an old story, but I think it's necessary. I don't know, we can give a 2-3 minutes comment on it. What do you think? What does it mean for Liberia? Government has a right to dismiss who want to dismiss on the ground that they think it's not working in their own interest. But it was shocking for me as with the position he had and the role he has played in the area of science, medical science around the world, especially to Africa. So I would just leave it for, I don't know, you can take it from there.
I would like to hear Francis take it, and then I got my own very quick opinion on that.
Oh, bro, just before I leave, look, I don't know what I would just say this way so that it could be clearer. it's very shocking to see professional Liberians, people of high repute, they are widely revered, in the disciplined professional domain, and the president that comes and fire them with all reason, without giving any reason, although say, the presidents can hire and fire. I think it's about time now that uh, the president provide some explanation on people. You cannot, I mean, this guy, you cannot just, you can't just fire him, just by being, there was some, internal rift, in the the MFAIR and the other institutions, medical related institutions. You know, of late the president has just been dismissing people. I know I don't know. Maybe is it him who doing it or somebody else? Or I don't know. He wants to put his partisans, UP partisans into the positions. Sacrificing competence, professionalism for for party sympathizers. The latest dismissal of this guy from Lands and Mines, where he named what's the minister name of Lands and Mines, the second former secretary general of Unity Party. He named the guy. I just slipped my mind not too long.
Yeah, myself, the name just so.
What it,
If I so tally, give all the guy name.
No,
What
the guy name? Women Pay.
Women Pay.
This guy have had that institution coming up to what it was. The first lift you get to the building, the kind of restriction you have on the lessons, lessons of lessoning of these various mining and exploration, going out to people, and out of a sudden, the blue year, that our performing minister is fired and dismissed. Some already dismissed because I don't know, no reason, administrative reasons given. Look, it's concerning, right? It's concerning. Some of us who support this government, we are thinking, in a very different shape and form right now.
Linford, just to add to, I know the government will report what they said. Linford was going to almost, they say gross inefficiency and alleged procedure breaches as a reason for his dismissal. That was what the government said. So we don't know. That's
recently. When did they publish that?
I'm reading from the story published by the African News. That was the news they said, but the government can say anything. So that's not more detailed. It can be any reason. So gross inefficiency and procedural breaches. So this is why they dismissed. That was the reason they're dismissing for. But that have to be from specific. We need to follow.
Yeah. Let me just make something clear quickly before I leave. We did not say that this guy was a criminal. We see, borderline said, everybody said emphatically clear that the U.S. government says that this guy is a member of a criminal gang.
Yeah, M13 gang, yeah.
M13. And this thing has been going on since 2019. There was a stay order for him prior to Trump coming to him, while Trump leaving, and then Biden took over, and they came back for him. So let me make it clear that we have not said in any time that this guy was a convicted criminal. We said that the U.S. government has labeled him as a criminal. Why can we not question the U.S. government labeling Hamas, who is a freedom fighting group. What can you question labeling as a terrorist group?
Yeah,
Those guys are freedom fighter in my eyes.
exactly.
So yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for that clarification.
But Francis, you're not leaving until 11 o'clock. We're all leaving.
We gotta go to rush.
Yeah. My final cut on is dismissal of Dubanya is like this, and I will be a little bit different. Probably I will sound a little bit unorthodox, but I still stand and believe that the president has the power to appoint, and he has that power to also dismiss.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I say I'll be unorthodox. A lot of people will say, oh, the president need to explain to us. When we were appointing the man, the president did not consult anybody to appoint him. The president.
My man, we're leaving you. Yeah, where to go be? We ask your wife. Say, people go tell my wife. They say, were we there when we were pushing your wife?
Linford, there were a lot of recommendations.
No, listen. You see.
Go ahead, Linford. Go ahead.
The Constitution, and this is
be orthodox. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm being very much more orthodox. The Constitution, in democracies, all democracies in the world, the Constitution has the most power. And besides that, the fact that you take all your power and put it in one man's hand, that man can do anything. You see, the Constitution said the president, you're giving the power that he the one can just sleep when he dream go about Linford tomorrow, is Linford, your information minister. When he sleep again, he dream by about Linford, he say you gone. Nobody can question him. But when the man appointing people, he can appoint them and send them to the legislature for confirmation, right? When they finish with him, they all agree that the man are good men. So when the president say attacking it, they will not send a person part to the legislature to ask the legislature whether I should sack the man. But time to appoint them, they can send it there. They approve them. When ready, just sack them. So the Constitution is great, and these are so many ills in democracy that I don't like. This is the only thing on earth that I hate, democracy. Okay, because it can work for some people, then for some people it cannot work. You appoint me, you send me, the people they quiz me, they ask me, they tell me upside down, they agree with me. Then time for you to sack me, you can't send me back to the same people to ask them whether what you're sacking me for is true. Let me defend myself. So it's like Christians believing that there will be judgment day, where the same God will be your judge, the same God will be your accuser. You're not hiring a witness. So God will just say, my man, you did it. Who you're called to be your witness? So the same thing, president, ready to sack you, you get no strength, you can't do nothing, you can't go to court. So since our democracy or our system of government calls for the president to have all that power, I agree. No matter what he's doing, Jesus Christ, and then the president says, okay, I want Jesus Christ today, I'll fire him. You get no right to ask him because he the one get that power to appoint. So I think the president knows exactly what happened, what he wants, in the people he can appoint, and if those people are not living up to his expectation, no matter how hard or how good those people are, he has the right to also fire them. So that's why.
But one thing you should also understand, the president did not just fire this guy out of the blue. What I also gathered was
so then why are we concerned?
Oh, come in now. We're just trying to detail it. We want to know the inside story. It was the recommendation from the board of the National Public Health Institute in Liberia. Board recommended his dismissal to the president. That's what happened. That's what I've been reading all along. So they recommended dismissal. And I think they also recommended that the people recommended him to come to serve in Liberia. And he, because of his record in medical science, and he's been doing very well outside, and people felt they could do well. But that's different. We don't know in terms of management, his skills in medical area, that could be different in terms of management. Management is a different ball game altogether. So what you're saying, I'm also supporting the argument. Imagine being one of the most brilliant medical scientists in Africa. He could also have some lapses in management as well. So that could be the reason. But the board was the one that recommended dismissal. That's what we heard.
Yeah, just to add up, I mean, sometimes, I mean, when just to draw to draw some source of support to what you say, maybe in a different vein, is that these people come to Liberia with international standard of working, and it's often clashes with our local business as usual practice. So if what you say is to be giving any kind of warranty or guarantee accepted, they bold somewhat, maybe they felt that this guy was being so straight
Yeah.
professional, and that they wanted business as usual.
Yeah.
So it's just unfortunate, man.
And then added to that, there was when he came in, there had been some rift between that and the Ministry of Health as well, because it's an
Yeah.
institution that was set up in 2016, and the Ministry of Health was like, if you go to the Ministry of Health in Liberia, at the back of it, you will see the National Public Health Institute building right behind the Ministry of Health. So they were like, I think there was not a big good collaboration or cooperation between the two institutions. And I think they was operating as a separate branch, and there was not good working relationship. So that was all the thing that was another honor tune we heard as well. So
Yeah,
felt that
and something else just to add to what you said, I think something came out about when they had this monkeypox stuff, when the Minister of Health pronounced it, and I think the NFIL also differ that they shouldn't be the one to be the Minister of Health should not be the one, because it is the National Health Institute that should be actually responsible for making the kind of pronouncement. I think something like that. And so they have always had this misunderstanding. But again, let me make one disclaimer. If I so tally, people like you will carry wrong information.
Why you want to address this guy?
Yeah, no. Listen to the last thing he said. He said, I just want to let him recognize his own lie that he lied, or let him know his own mistake. You said the bottom line, Garcia was granted asylum, and the courts knew it would be deadly to deport him if he was convicted. Why should he be given asylum? Yes, the borderland stated that he is a criminal because the most powerful country, USA, says so. So if we are saying that the USA said it, why are you saying now it's the borderland that said it? You know journalism, you know that I can quote you, I can say, according to Alfonso Taylor, does that mean that I'm saying it? And we say America said it, so why are you saying that the borderland said it?
I think you're making this guy popular. You should leave him alone.
No, I'm not making it popular.
Yeah, you are. You should leave him alone. Let him make his comment. He has to write to his comment.
Lingo, why are you giving the man? Why are you making this man relevant? Why are you making
we are not making it relevant? Sometimes
he has the right to opinion.
So people don't know anything. So you got to educate them. He doesn't know. I don't blame
him.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know some of the complications. So we said America said. So get that right, yeah. So if you're carrying your news, do not say borderland said. We quoted America. Simple as that. Okay, let's move ahead.
So I was talking about there was an act created in 2016 where the NAFL on the NPHRL was created. So it was created on an act. So from that act, I believe also from these things, there's been some tension between the Health Ministry, Ministry of Health, and this the National Public Health Institute of Liberia. Have been some tensions been built on. So the coming of this, I think Francis said it. The work attitude of people from the West who live all their life, and it could be totally different. You may not be playing the ball. You're not playing the ball well. So if you're in our country, you got to play ball. You got to play ball with the big boys. You're nobody. So what I also heard is that I used to travel without the consent of the board, and the board felt that they were not being respected. The member of the board, they felt that he was doing things on his own without the constitution of the board. So the board still recommended his dismissal. So it was gross inefficiency and breaches of procedures. So that was a crime. That was it.
Yeah, and you see, when people duplicate, people try to duplicate functions. I still want to find out why would they have Ministry of Health, okay, and then you have something called National Health Institute of Liberia, National Public Health Institute of Liberia. I think that should have fallen under the Ministry of Health, okay. But if you make them autonomous, and then they almost working doing the same administrative job, Because
two different jobs, Linfo.
Linfo is not the same. Are you telling me the LBS and Information Ministry is not the same?
I was coming there. I was coming there.
No,
you
see, the role they play are two different groups. I mean,
you see, listen.
They help. They practically,
practically, they are doing the same thing in a way. But what's written on the papers will be different. Okay, tell me what the Minister of Information and LBS. What is the difference? The Minister of Information will have to propagate government policy. Okay, and LBS is only there to wait for the Minister of Information to collect the news and send it to them about government and say government say this. Okay, so if you remember a long time ago, LBS used to be called ELBC. ELBC was under Minister of Information.
Why was it created as an act?
Yeah, but because they want to duplicate things. You see, so what is the difference? Where you got Mika said doing something that LBS should be doing. Mika said doing the same thing that LBS should be doing. So then you duplicate. Just give them the function, let them remain under that particular entity, and then give them their specific function instead of creating them as an entity by act. So then it will be like, okay, we like you get Minister of Defense, then you say all the battalion, then your battalion, your Minister of Battalion. Okay.
No. Let me just say, if you got Minister of Defense, then you say the commanding general or the chief of staff controlling the armies in the army. And the chief of staff is for directly under the defense minister. By right, the defense minister is supposed to be civilian to administrate the affairs of the defense. The chief of staff is the head of the military branch to go down the line. So, but let me say this thing here, gentlemen. The particular situation that people are talking about, the bull, but before the board recommend a dismissal of someone, they call this man for any investigation to conclude the investigation with him before making a recommendation for his dismissal.
What we heard, Mr. Dollar, for information, is not, according to the defense, it's not been giving them recognitions. He doesn't look into them. He doesn't recognize them.
Yeah, so. Listen to me now. Listen to me. There's any document to substantiate that the sum of this man for hearing and he did not turn up.
I'll also tell you something, Mr. The president. I'm not with the spokesman of the government. I don't think the president will dismiss that. Yeah, we're looking from a political perspective now. I don't think the president will dismiss this guy without checking some details. Just dismiss the guy is a very important figure. You can't just dismiss him like that without checking some information.
Yeah,
so I don't think that should be a question that we ask. It's got to be an obvious question because you can't dismiss this guy. This guy is very, very important. Without you find practical
no, Jimmy. If you stress on his importance, why was he replaced?
Why
was he replaced? You were replaced.
No, I mean you would not just get rid of him without finding out. That's my question.
So what
listen to me, Jimmy. Jimmy, I am saying.
Jimmy, let me not clap.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I am saying. If we are looking at the rule of law,
we got in the next 5 minutes.
If we are looking at the rule of law, this man is supposed to be given a chance to be here by the board. That's why the board is set there for. When the board
realizes the head of the administration.
Don't keep up fire. The person got the power to dismiss him. Simple as that.
Simple.
So this is not.
The president have the right to dismiss anybody that he appoints. I do agree. But why the president say are dismissing this man based on a recommendation for the board?
Well, that's what they are saying.
Yeah, because the board have to tell we the Liberians, that's our right to demand the board to tell all.
Okay.
Yes, this man was investigated by all.
I mean, but that was the same.
He did refuse. He knows all the procedure based on XYZ. That's the reason why we did take this administrative.
Okay, maybe they did it. Maybe they gave not gonna document to the president. We don't know.
Yeah, but if that document is given to the president, I think it should be in the public knowing. that
No,
this man
the president does not owe anybody.
The president does not owe anybody to bring public
Anybody, any explanation?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that, gentlemen. Let's
the
the
president is not working for you. Say he's working for the people.
He has a right not to disclose to you. He has a right something he can't disclose to you.
But in the kind of important situation, the citizen would love to know.
This argument say, can we summarize, gentlemen? We almost got 3 minutes to go.
We summarize, but I will not be convinced as administrator.
Okay. You got right to your opinion. The president got no right to tell you whether he want to do it. That's why
the president I have a right to demand the president to tell me what is going on in my country.
No, one question I have, Padore, and the whole thing will close. Padore, your former law enforcement officer. If you go arrest a criminal or somebody who is suspected to be a criminal, and all the public know that they may have been arrested, then all of a sudden you carry the man, and with the next minute we saw the man coming outside. When you're going to arrest the man, you won't consult with the public, but we saw the man when you were happy. Then all of a sudden we see you let the man go. You think we'll come to and say why let the man go? You have
that right to you have that right to ask me why we notice that you go and arrest this man.
Okay, but then why when you're going to arrest him, you tell us you're going to arrest him then?
If I keep that thing going, can we hold on to this thing, please, guys? We have no more time. So
no, Jimmy trying to be
here because we need to end this. This is continue too long. Can I please end this story? We need to go.
No, Jimmy trying to be the
we're getting arrested.
I said, Francis.
I mean, 11 o'clock. I won't go.
Don't go to bed. You can't get. Don't go to bed.
No, we got time.
This is no need to argue, please. The president has a right to dismiss who he appoints. Please don't go.
Yeah, I do agree.
Padore.
You have the right to ask him to tell why.
Padore, we asking the president now, Mr. President. Please answer our question. Whatever response to your press secretary or the Ministry of Information, the press briefing. So the president listening.
You want the Minister of Information press briefing? They will mention you the same.
If you just join us this about Liberia, we're coming to you live from Europe, and my name is Jamal Kamara. Francis Mother Mensa, Linfo is here. Guys, 1 second each, your takeaway. And we've been discussing Liberia, looking at the major news around the world. I mean, Liberia also. We didn't have a chance to speak about the international news. But anyway, we'll give our colleagues 1 minute each to speak, give a roundup, and give a takeaway. So we'll close tonight's show. And we want to wish you a pleasant week. Francis?
Okay, we'll start with Francis. St. Francis is on Hughes.
Yeah, I mean,
if you allow Francis to go over me,
can we give the procedure here, please? We just let Francis speak.
The time is fast spent. We need to go.
I want to thank the guys for the show tonight. It was very interesting. I've been following the discussion. My concern, my takeaway from the show, from this discussion, is that I will leave by saying that the dismissal of some of these, eminent and professional Liberians over the period of time by the president is raising eyebrows. This government has dismissed more people in the shortest 1 year as compared to George Weah government's 6 years, adding 12 years in power.
Yeah, the president wanted to set record.
So yeah. It was a cool show, and we hope that the government of Liberia will reject Garcia coming to Liberia, regardless of whatever political or financial inducement they may have gotten from the United States. So I don't know. Guys, take care. We'll see you on Friday.
Is that all?
Yeah. To begin with, I have a descendant view about Francis' statement just now. Number one, the government of Liberia, on whatever arrangement you have with the American government, includes those that we are now aware of, I don't think the Liberian government will have the power or the audacity to deny this man coming to Liberia. It's not possible. Provided the closed door arrangement they have with the American government. That's my point. The second one is this here. The president, Francis said that the president had dismissed a lot of people. Some of the people have been dismissed unlawfully, which is very, very scary.
Not
So,
dismissal, my friend. Unlawful or lawful, they're not
unlawfully,
dismissal.
listen, you were talking, I didn't say anything. I waited until you get through. When I'm closing, I will tell you what is really is going on here. Yeah, so the president have carried on a lot of these measures. Some of them are very unlawful. Requires back castings. If there was, we are the opposition, so I think we need to take a bold step on that thing. The way he dismissing our citizens without giving a justifiable reason why he dismissing these people, he need to be questioning for that because he's our president.
But
He's not.
you got 5 seconds. You got 1
So
minute.
yeah, I got 5 seconds. So my last comment is, Francis, is this is the situation, Francis. We are here as a citizens of Liberia. Is our concern. When Liberia is better, we all will be happy. If Liberia is bitter, we all will be in a mess. So right now, I can see you talking like a child. So I like that. I like that verb. So thank you very much, my young man. I appreciate it.
This way,
All right. Let me leave you to do the last closing.
That's my last thing.
Leave you do the last. Leave your take us home. I want to say big thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I want to say a big thank you being away for a while for technical and so on, our personal reason, our management been away. We are sure you're going to be around now. We have some issues being sorted, but I want to say a big thank you for all those who joined us. Those who don't agree with us, I mean, that's what makes the show beautiful. We don't expect everybody to agree with us. We have our own opinions here. We are not representing any organizations who make our own opinion as Liberia. So I want to say a big thank you for wherever you join us from. And I want to say, my colleagues, thank you for coming back on the platform. This is the Bottom Liberia. We're coming for you to mainland Europe. I want to be with us on next Friday. We'll be here live again, kicking and saying something that probably don't agree with us, but let's discuss it. That will make Liberia a beautiful place and make us Liberia. Thank you. My name is Jamal, coming to you live from City of Manchester, UK. Have a pleasant weekday.
Okay, from the land of the Vikings. This is the Viking. No, listen. Tonight show was good. We've been away for a while. Like Jamal said, some technical reasons and also some personal reasons. Or some of our people are already cool. I was there briefly. I came out, but we are kicking. I want to say thank you very much for joining us tonight and making your duty to come back here on Friday. We're going to be even more firing. But my takeaway on the first topic that we discussed about the president's bill to the legislature to criminalize female genital mutilation in Liberia, I think they should look at it very carefully. They should put it on a very serious scrutiny to the point that some of these things that we've been discussing can be considered. For example, to totally abolish this thing would be hampering our culture. And in my disclaimer, I'm not supporting that. If it is bad, if the nation feels that it's bad, I'm not supporting it. Again, and if the nation feels that we should maintain it, I still stand with it. Okay? I have my own position on it. And when it comes to Mr. Garcia, America say you are criminal, they don't want you. And so for our government to even attempt to say, well, we're bringing this guy, that was so bad. I mean, the optics is very bad. So are we the dumb side? We the one can take all the bad things? This is crazy. Just like you in a time you see one water police, when no man one day you say, me, I will take it. Man, so have we reached this point that we're so desperate that anything can go? Man, listen, we said it all. We are not yet ready for that kind of thing. In fact, we will not be ready for criminals. If you say we got people who suffering, we want to take people who can go to Syria, Palestine, and take people who They pumping every day and bring them. So we so good, we want to be good. That somebody who the biggest country in the world refuse, then we say, yeah, we can take that picture. We're ready for you. You bring it. Come on, man. And you know, God, Joseph, you can go to church and pray. I think God hearing your prayer. God said no. That man, in fitting Liberia, the guy look at all of Liberia, man, they pay that poor country. Yeah. So I'm not going nowhere. And thank God that he's not coming nowhere. So maybe our man, if I so tell him we take a guy, because that man, he defending a guy. If I so he come here on Friday, when you can invite all your friends so they can come. We want so people can listen to us. And thank you very much, guys. Jima, anything to take us home? Or you are mute? But why Jima is trying to prepare some music to take us home. We are here every Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah.
We know the tension when the political tension start rising. But we can't promise you now. We're waiting. Let all the politicians put their roots in the ground. When they get ready, then we'll be firing up. And we hope that we can bring some people here again, or some leaders, opinion people, so they can come and start making the show hot again. You know, we've hosted a lot of people here. We hosted Alari Topa, Mr. Cummings several times, Tewan Gonglo. So many people we have hosted here. And so we'll be repeating it again. We'll be going back into the political camps and getting that to come here. So
by the way, Linford, by the way of information on the EU article, the diaspora, the European, the Liberian, the European ANC, European, they had a leadership, maybe inviting the leadership for very soon to this forum.
They just elected a new couple of officers, so we'll be inviting the leaders to see or to hear what their dreams are and what they hope to achieve.
And also, this is not only for ANC, any other Liberian political organizations that can also send your invitation in. We'll also arrange that you come over, and this platform belongs to everyone. We want to also speak to you, and if you have anything to deliver, we are here to ask you. So don't go away. Thank you very much. We're taking over a beautiful Liberian song. This is from our own Liberian music. This is Good night.
What we want do to please you? We get people around, oh. They acting that they let you when you show up. I saw you turn your body and